Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts here. I am Gwendolyn Morton. Well, a death investigation is underway after a body is found this morning in Lexington. And 3 months after the death of Desmond LeDuc, family members are still wanting answers. We'll have all the details on those stories, plus lots more right here on WBON Channel 9. But first, in our lead story of the day, the Kentucky State Police Richmond Post was contacted just before 7 on Friday in reference to a possible human remains discovered in Boyle County. The initial investigation indicates human skeletal remains were located in a field off Cranetown Road in Perryville. The remains were removed by the Boyle County coroner and have been transported to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for identification. Anyone who may have information about this investigation is asked to contact KSP's Post 7. That phone number is 859-623-2404. And of course, we're going to have more information on that as it becomes available. Well, fire units and the Richmond Police Department responded to a vehicle fire just south of the old H.T. Hackney warehouse Saturday just before 3 p.m. That was in the area of South Cross Drive. According to Corey Lewis, Richmond Fire Public Information Officer, when units arrived, they reported a fire in the engine compartment of that vehicle. The driver of the vehicle reported that there was a mechanical issue with the vehicle just prior to the start of the fire. The fire department was able to quickly extinguish that blaze. No injuries were reported. However, US 25 was blocked in the area, impacting traffic for a while as responders extinguished that blaze. Well, a death investigation is underway. A female body has been discovered on Trade Center Drive. That's across from Sam's Club in Lexington. That happened this Monday just before 7 a.m. The coroner and fire crews were called to a mobile home park on Trade Center. There's been no word on the cause of death. This is a developing story, and of course, we're going to have more as details become available right here on WBON Channel 9. Well, Desmond LeDuc, 22, was shot and killed by Nicholasville police during a mental health crisis at his Green Street home 3 months ago. On Saturday, a group marched through the streets of Nicholasville for the 4th time, demanding the release of police body cam footage. They were also demanding that the officers involved be fired immediately and that Kentucky State Police complete the investigation. A public meeting via Zoom has been planned for Saturday, January the 28th, to encourage residents to engage with local politicians and the city leaders. The goal is to advocate for changes that will improve how police respond to mental health crises. Well, the Madison County Coroner's Office needs help in locating the family of Peter Hutchinson. Mr. Hutchinson is 6 foot 7 inches tall and 71 years old. He's a white male. He reportedly lived in Waverly, Tennessee prior to moving to Kentucky and possibly lived in Pennsylvania for some point at some time. If you have any information, you're asked to please contact 859-624-4752. Well, Berea City Council met last week, and the Berea City Council member Katie Starsman reminded local residents about the importance of getting out and supporting local small businesses, including restaurants. Starsman made her remarks at last Tuesday's Berea City Council meeting, an announcement that came on the heels of news that Hits Barbecue at Exit 77 has closed its doors. According to the recap by Berea City government, Starsman is also the proprietor of 2 local restaurant businesses and raised the issue in reference to the 1-year anniversary of the opening of Honeysuckle Dining and Bourbon House. Starsman said, "I just want to point out the fact that this is really challenging time for local businesses and local restaurants, and that if you have a value having businesses that are not chains in Berea, now is the time to support them." We at WBON could not agree more. So please remember to shop and support local businesses and make communities unique. Well, in Nicholas County, a man is charged with murder. According to Kentucky State Police, they were notified of a shooting on Cassidy Creek Road late Sunday night. Frisco Johnson was taken to Bourbon Community Hospital, where he was pronounced dead, according to the KSP. Dalton Baker is being held in the Bourbon County Detention Center on murder and tampering with physical evidence charges. According to State Police, this is an ongoing investigation. Well, Kenneth Brian Grubb, 46, is set to stand trial today for the murder of Robert L. Burns that took place back in 2017. Burns' family had reported him as a missing person in May of 2017, stating that the last time they had seen him was on April the 27th. While the police were conducting a welfare check at the Soul Hollow home, they discovered it had been burglarized. Kimberly Schaus, Burns' sister, who spoke with him nearly every day, stated the house had been destroyed and that her brother's vehicle was missing. Burns' body was discovered badly decomposed in a wooded area near the home in less than 4 hours after being reported missing. After further investigation, a warrant was issued for Grubb, who was then arrested in Hamilton, Ohio, and has been lodged in the Clay County Detention Center ever since. Well, in accordance with a proclamation from the White House, Governor Andy Beshear has directed that flags at all state office buildings be lowered to half staff until sunset on Thursday, January 26th, in honor and remembrance of the victims of the acts of violence perpetrated on January 21st in Monterey Park, California. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news, and we've got sports and weather. That's still coming up right here, live at 5.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
If you've dreamed of a job where you can help keep your family and community safe while planning for the future, then you need to check out the Fayette County Detention Center.
We're starting out $20 an hour. We have 8 paid holidays, 120 hours of sick time and vacation time a year. When you work a holiday, you actually make double pay. Our retirement is at 25 years. If you start out at 21, you'll be fully retired at 46, 25, fully retired at 50. Fayette County Detention Center is an amazing place to work.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program works to protect our waterways from pollution and to help citizens with stormwater runoff and flooding. Stormwater is the rain and snow that runs off rooftops, roads, sidewalks, and other surfaces that cannot absorb water, which affects water quality. The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program is dedicated to helping its citizens understand what stormwater is and its impacts on our watersheds and waterways. For more info, visit buildrichmondky.com and click on the Stormwater tab.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Van Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Trucktown, USA.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON and Channel 9. I saw some snow buzzing around out there a little while earlier today, and those temperatures, a little colder than I like. But we've got Susie Martin. She's in the Weather Center to let us know what this week is going to look like. More snow, Susie?
Thank you very much, Gwendolyn. From the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Susie Martin. We're tracking a milder and brighter scene tomorrow as temperatures increase, but there is a storm approaching, making some big headlines here in the Commonwealth with snow and even rain threats. And yes, some winter precipitation cannot be ruled out. We'll talk about that. For now, though, we have a pretty quiet night ahead of us. We've got temperatures down to just below the freezing point, we're thinking. No precipitation just yet. But I wanted to point out the projection for our Wednesday morning. Still some changes could be happening here, but there's a area of low pressure that will be charged with moisture, cold enough air to support a rain-snow mix, and even the snow threats building into parts of the Ohio Valley into Kentucky. For example, one such model driving in this area in blue, which is indicative of snow showers into our county. Here, Madison County, Garrett County as well, and some mixing to the north. So we can't entirely rule out some snow threats here into Wednesday morning briefly. And then we've got the second phase of the storm, which we'll track through, and then we'll have some wraparound moisture building behind this, which could yet again bring us another snow threat to the tune of 1 to 3 inches for parts of Kentucky. So we'll have to watch this storm very carefully. We've got the rain, and you can see that brief mixing happening. So again, we will continue to watch for things. So noting that for our Wednesday morning, 4-5 a.m. hour, and then transitioning to rain before we start to see that snow wrapping around behind that system into the later part of the week. So Wednesday morning snow threat, best chances to the north of us, but we're kind of in this middle area where we'll have to really watch things carefully. Our low temperatures tonight down into the 20s we go, and we've got our highs tomorrow in the 50s, noting that we have the winds picking up, or in the 40s I should say, but the winds picking up with this next storm Wednesday, and again monitoring the winter weather potential. We'll keep you updated right here. Back to you, Gwendolyn.
Thanks, Susie. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, a person has been arrested in connection with a fatal shooting in Lexington. Bobby LaShawn Hubbard was arrested Saturday in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, according to police. Hubbard is charged with murder in the September 2022 shooting death of 22-year-old Dericky Harris in the 500 block of West 6th Street. Hubbard is being held at the Forest County Detention Center in Mississippi. He is awaiting extradition to Kentucky. On an unbelievable freak accident, the family has now confirmed that a second person has died following the tragic incident involving a falling Denny sign that was blown on top of a car on Thursday in Elizabethtown. Lloyd Curtis, the husband of Lillian Curtis, died in the hospital this morning. That's according to Curtis's granddaughter, Amy Nichols. Lillian and Lloyd were 2 of the 3 people inside that vehicle on Thursday at the Denny's at North Mulberry Street in E-Town. Elizabethtown Police said that around 1:30 p.m. they responded to reports of the restaurant's sign falling from a pole and landing. Spokesman Chris Denham said high winds appeared to be a factor in that incident. Lillian Curtis was taken to the University Hospital after the incident, where she later died. Well, many Kentucky gas stations now charge well over $3 per gallon, and the price increases are unlikely to stop anytime soon. According to GasBuddy.com, gas prices in the Lexington area and central Kentucky increased by 27 cents and 27.5 cents over the last week alone, with prices now more than 43 cents higher than a month ago and 21 cents higher than this time last year. All of this is due to the ongoing refinery challenges, the completion of strategic petroleum reserve releases, and increased demand for gas as we move away from the lighter demand that winter usually brings. Currently, the national average is around $3.40 per gallon. Well, Attorney General Daniel Cameron of Kentucky has appointed a special prosecutor to look into 3 unsolved cases in Nelson County. Shane Young, the Commonwealth's attorney, has been tasked with investigating criminal charges related to the deaths of Jason Ellis, Crystal Rogers, and Tommy Ballard. On his way home from work on May the 25th in 2013, Bardstown police officer Jason Ellis was ambushed and killed. Crystal Rogers has been missing since the evening of July 3rd, 2015, and on November 19th, 2016, Rogers' father, Tommy Ballard, was shot and killed while hunting with his grandson. Young will look into all 3 cases for the Commonwealth. Well, most of us, one of the most successful music groups of all times, Brooks and Dunn, will be performing at Rupp Arena as part of their Reboot 2023 tour. The duo announced that they will be performing May 11th. Country music will make a stop in Lexington's downtown area with special guest star Scotty McCreery. The general public can purchase tickets January 27th at 10 a.m. That's going to be a great show. Go ahead and sign up for those tickets now. We're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got Dawson Rule in the studio. Coming up next, he's got all the sports news from around the area coming up right after this.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your hosts Samantha Burford and Michael Watkins as they break down, recap, and preview sports news in our area. Each Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON TV Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. It was another weekend of exciting local sports for many area coverage teams, including Madison Southern Boys Basketball, Madison Central Boys Basketball, and the Model Girls Basketball team. For more insights on sports happenings in the Richmond area, here's our WBON TV sports anchor, Dawson Roll.
It was an action-packed weekend of local sports. Whether it was some close high school basketball games to set up big upcoming matchups, or some wins for college teams around the area, they made the most out of winning this weekend. First, let's take a peek at the Madison Southern boys basketball team, who pulled out a nice win on the road at Clinton County, 91-81 on Saturday. The high-scoring Eagle offense again dropped 90 points. I feel like they've done that most games this season. Now the real tests begin to come, as tomorrow they face North Laurel at home, who is having an average year, but have the best player in the state of Kentucky, Reed Shepherd. North Laurel's 5th in the RPI in their region at 11-9 and lost their last game on Saturday to powerhouse Covenant Catholic 69-65. Now Southern has a tough test at home coming up, which will be the sports game of the week tomorrow. We'll look for another offensive explosion from the Hudson brothers, Jay Rose, Kason Nobby, and the guards off the bench for Southern. Last game, the Hudson twins both had 20-plus points, and Avery Davidson scored 20 for Southern. It seems anyone can score the ball for Southern this season. Over the weekend also, Madison Central lost, but rose in the 11th region RPI. The Indians went on the road and lost by 2 to 11th region powerhouse Frederick Douglass. The two Jays for Central had big games. Jalen Davis had 24 and 6, and Jaden West had 23 and 10. Eli Steele added in a steady 8 points too. The game came down to the wire and was competitive the whole way. Now, Madison Central travels to Lincoln County tomorrow for a game that should be close again, as it's two really good teams. Also on Friday night, I went to Model and watched the girls team win a big game against the Wellspring Guardians homeschool team. The 37-29 victory by Model was led by J.D. Balser, who had 16 points, and senior Alyssa Hudson, who had 7 points and 4 boards. Avery Tuttle was also steady down low with 6 points. The team overall shot 44% from the field that night and held off a few Wellspring runs. It was exciting to see a win down at Model for the girls team, and I hope to see many more coming up soon, so go Lady Patriots. EKU got a much-needed road win Saturday night at Austin Peay in a game that was close, but the Colonels did pull away at the end. The Colonels held Austin Peay scoreless in the last 5.5 minutes while also going on a 12-0 run to finish the game at 74-59. Tay Blanton again led the way on offense. Richmond native Isaiah Cozart also had 12 points in 21 minutes of action. Although Austin Peay shot better in three-point percentage and field goal percentage overall, EKU out-rebounded Austin Peay 40-27 and forced 18 total team turnovers. Now, EKU's next game is again on the road, but to an in-state rival in Bellarmine. Bellarmine's having a down year this year at 9-12, so look for EKU to grab a win on the road Saturday. Hopefully they do. Last year, Bellarmine won the ASUN, but this year EKU could be the team who takes that title. Kentucky won another big conference game against Texas A&M on Saturday. Antonio Reeves led the way for the Cats with 23 points, shooting the three-ball great. While forward, Jacob Toppin scored 17. Oscar Sheboy only scored 7, but had 17 rebounds. The Cats have a big opponent next weekend, but stay tuned for more on that game later in the week. Now, with a big sports week ahead, there'll be plenty of games and stats to talk about. Be sure to stay tuned to our live stream games this week. We'll bring you all some awesome games. As of now, there's also a possibility of having a game Friday night streamed. One more reminder today. Tonight is the weekly Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show on WBON TV. Check out Michael, Samantha, and myself for great sports talk for teams in Madison County and more. Now let's head to our live news studio where Gwendolyn is patiently waiting with more news updates. Take it away.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports report. Don't forget, we've got the WBON Sports Show on tonight with Michael, Dawson, and Samantha. If you just can't get enough sports, make sure you tune in here at 6 o'clock for the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. We're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more news right here on WBON TV Channel 9.
WBON TV 9 is proud to be your source for local news, local weather, and local sports. At WBON TV 9, we pride ourselves on being the local leader when something happens in our area. Channel 9 reaches nearly 900,000 people with our over-the-air coverage. WBON TV 9 is also the #1 source you turn to locally for news on Facebook and WBONTV.com. Now you can enjoy all the local news, weather, and sports each weekday afternoon. Join us each weekday from 5 to 5:30 for the Live at 5 newscast. It's streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, Roku channel, and our live player on WBONTV.com. And of course on Richmond's first TV channel. Available on Spectrum Channel 712, Urban Community Television, PRTC Cable, and Channel 9.1 over the air. WBON TV, where every local story starts here.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts right here. Speaking of local, do you have a child that's interested in ballet? The Richmond Area Arts Council will be sponsoring beginning ballet classes. That is going to be starting on February the 27th. Tuition is $50 and that includes 5 classes. So do the math there, $10 per class. Classes will be taught for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. Registration is available at www.artsinrichmond.org. If you've got a little one, I'm sure they would love to join that. Well, if you're interested in brewing and distilleries, you need to stay tuned for Wednesday's Live at 5 here on Channel 9. We'll be heading to the Whiskey Thief Distilling Company to interview Kelly Tinnell, a current contestant on Moonshiner's Master Distiller on the Discovery Channel. Tinnell made it past the first elimination round and is now on to the second week of the show. So tune in Wednesday to hear more about Tinnell's distilling journey. Again, we're going to be going to her and seeing all of her secrets there as the distilling journey. Well, you can donate old eyeglasses and tattered flags at the Battle of Richmond Visitor Center. If you have old eyeglasses or a tattered flag just laying around you need to get rid of, you can bring them to the Battle of Richmond Visitor Center and they'll take care of the rest. The center will get you your unneeded glasses and the Richmond Lions Club, and the tattered flags will be held until spring for proper disposal. Just drop those flags and glasses off at 101 Battlefield Memorial Highway. That is on won US 42 South at the split of 25 and 421. Well, that's it for another edition of Live at 5, but don't go anywhere. We've got lots more great programming right here. Don't forget, we have the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show tonight. Michael, Samantha, and Dawson are going to look back at some of the biggest games from last week and all the local high school teams and EKU. Plus, they'll talk about the new district realignment for football and what it means for local schools in Madison County. And from last week, Samantha Cornelison was inducted as a member of the All-Madison Southern team that looked back at her career and so much more. And of course, that's coming up right here on WBON Channel 9 at 6 o'clock. Have a wonderful day, night, evening out there. And of course, we'll be right back here tomorrow, live at 5.